Okay, we've successfully mixed part B into A, shaken it and let it warm up for an hour, and then we let it cool down for about 4 hours because I was off at a job. I think you could possibly get this done in about 2 hours while you just wait, basically. And then we just added part C, so now we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna use a microfiber pad, which I think could come in really handy for most countertops. And I'm going to test it also with a roller. This is a mohair roller by Worcester, and it is a 1/4 inch nap. I use this for a lot of other types of concrete coatings, so I just want to see how it stacks up against with this coating here, with this product. All right, so very unscientific. Okay. All right, so I am going to see what the application is like on Carrara first. Well, it's super thin. And can barely see a streak at first, and now it's drying. Very hard to see a streak after it's drying. That was a very quick application. Let's see if there's any left on this. And there is. Interesting smell, one I haven't smelled before. Okay, there are no streaks on this Carrara. There's still a little here. We'll see what happens as it dries. I'm gonna move on to this Botticino. It sort of has a bit of a friction to it, you can tell as you're working it. Now this time I did it in 2 different directions, the streaking. I want to see if it dries out so that we cannot see it. Now I'm not keeping the surface wet, I'm just wiping on to the point that it's an even application on the surface, and then that's it. It's definitely drying. I don't know if it's penetrating and drying or just drying on the surface. On the Carrara, I can already tell that the sheen is looks a little bit matte. It sort of dulls. It looks wet, but it adds a little bit of texture almost to the light reflectance. That's interesting. So we'll see how it cures out. All right, I'm gonna try my concrete here. I'm going to do a full sample of, this is basically a 200 grit finish concrete, and the sealer definitely adds a little bit of shine to it. All right, we've done half a Botticino, half beach stone, half of this marble, half a Carrara. With the microfiber, I'm going to do the top half of this with microfiber. Definitely feels thick when it's going on. The texture, that's definitely a problem. Probably would use a paint pad for acid etched. Boy, it does make this honed concrete look really good. So this is really a rough finish. This is a 100 grit honed. And I would say this looks almost like an 800 grit now, and it actually has reflectance. Okay, we're gonna do this limestone. It starts to spread pretty quickly too, which tells me it has really good flow properties. Again, the sharpness of the polish is reduced with the sealer at first. Yeah, it's still like that on the Carrera. This is the gloss version. Yeah, this is the gloss version. So on polished marble, you're going to see a reduction in gloss. Barely, but you will see it. On concrete, obviously, you'll see an increase. On a honed surface, you're going to see an increase in gloss. Okay, here's granite. This looks like Stansted Gray from Quebec. And same thing, it adds a richness, like a color enhancement to the stone. And it takes away from the sharpness of the reflection. We'll see if it stays like that or not. Okay, I have used barely any of this material, probably 10 milliliters. And I've covered probably 3 square feet of material, which is pretty impressive. All right, we're gonna try and roll now. And I'm gonna do this as if someone is new to rolling and doesn't use a paint tray. Just marking on the edges, pad, and roll. Again. And again. Okay. Now we get that out of the way. Well, it seems to roll really nice. I don't see any roller mark at all, which is very interesting. What we might see is whether or not we end up with the texture of the roller pad. I.e. the orange peel from the roller pad, even though this is a really smooth roller. The only issue about rollers is they pick up lint, which drives you nuts. No matter what anyone says, they do pick up lint. So, really interested to see whether or not we get roller marks. This could be a great sealer for a lot of concrete guys. Because the biggest problem for all these damn coatings we use is they all have roller marks. Man, this is just laying down like a dream. Very simple. It basically wets off the surface and that's it. It's uniformly, that looks really good on my beach stone. Okay. So we're going to leave a gap between microfiber and roll so that we have the raw material, so that when we do some testing with acids like lemon juice and mustard, you can see how this stacks up. Now I'm going to do something on this precast. It's really, really porous. I'm going to see if we add more, what happens, if it soaks in or doesn't soak in, or levels out or doesn't level out. Okay, still barely used any material. This little kit would probably cover 50, 60 square feet, easy. All right, so the microfiber padded one as well looks like it on the concrete has soaked in some areas and not in others, so let's give that a second go. There we go. So if we look around, Bianco Carrera, it's already dried to the touch. Also quite amazing. Whether or not it's cured, I don't know yet. I can't see any streaking. It's really hard to tell except for the reflectance where the sealer is. Completely can't tell on this piece of concrete or terrazzo. The roller marks could be a roller mark there. It's very hard to tell. Very hard to tell. I see that the roller leaves down a thicker amount. The 1/4 inch nap mohair still leaves down more than the microfiber. And that would mean that you would see orange peel. And I definitely do see orange peel. Definitely on this Botticino. But the microfiber pad, I do not see any orange peel. So that's good to know. The same thing on here. Orange peel on the roller side, nothing on the microfiber. I think we have a decision here. Same thing on the limestone. Not as much, but there's definitely no orange peel on the microfiber side. And there's barely any on this side. On this product here, there's orange peel on the Verde. I think this is Verde Sultan Serpentine. And there is streaking on this side from the microfiber. But it's still wet, so it could be that we over applied. Let's see if we can't. It's a little gummy, so I have a feeling the sealer will redissolve itself. So let's see what we can do. It looks that way. I'm going to do the edge just to show. I don't know if everyone can see that, but it enhances that edge from you know, this is the honed face of this green marble to that pretty quickly. So it could be used as a color enhancer that is also a sealer. Pat and roll. And on the granite, definitely no orange peel on the granite either. So with the microfiber, but there is with the roller. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it some time. We'll keep track on how long it takes for these things to dry, so that they're dry to the touch, and then see what the sheen looks like after that. Thanks.